Do you guys want to watch a movie? Alright. Me and you sit down, watch a couple flicks together. This is the channel's first movie review. I feel like it'll be fun. Today what we're going to be doing is Hood Angels. See that? They're coming up. Hood Angels. Starring Juvenile. Hood Angels is a movie from 2003 directed by Paul Wynn. He's most famously known for Tail Sting, Barrio Wars, and 2 G's and a Key. So, Wikipedia says it stars early 2000s rapper Juvenile, Kenya Brown, whose only other credit is being a dancer in You Got Served, so that's fun. Allison Nurse, who was in a couple of TV shows I've never heard of, and Keita Shaw, who's only done one other low-budget movie, so this should be good. So before we get started, I just want to let you guys know this movie, for some reason, is edited for cuss words, so there's no swears in it. Alright, so starting off, the menu screen plays a song for about 30 seconds, then whether you want it to or not, just kind of starts the movie. Not sure why they even added a menu. Really wish I could listen to this song on a 30-second loop for as long as I want, but I guess that's not in the cards here with Hood Angels. So it opens with this swirling shot of California, I'm gonna assume. Where the character Felicia is doing some rooftop modeling with some real horny boys.
Alright, I think it's time for us to take some topless shots now.
What? Y'all didn't say nothing about no nudity?
Look, I paid you $1,000 to see you topless.
I don't work like this.
Crisp $1,000 bill.
Get your hands off me, you can't.
We got a whole day alright. The day is not over.
They end up getting a little too horny for her liking, so she whips both of their asses with her ponytail.
Get your hands off me!
And unfortunately ends up in jail. We cut to Cinnamon, whose brother runs up to her at a gym because he owes drug dealer Tyrone some money.
Tyrone? I thought I told you to quit hanging around that fool. What you doing slapping him around like that?
Brother been working for me about 6 weeks. You know the rules. When you start slinging, you gotta pay the price.
Man, Tyrone looks cool as shit. What kind of gym is this? It's just like an office building with a big ball of duct tape. Also ends up in jail. Alright, then this next scene's really confusing. The character Tracy witnesses a carjacking where this guy absolutely just launches the guy he's jacking out of his car.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's a big mistake. The guy that he carjacks ends up getting on top of him and just starts wailing on his chest like he's Ralphie from the Christmas Story. Felicia tries to stop the fight, ends up getting her glasses knocked off on accident. She gets very upset.
You broke my glasses!
So what?
Ends up chest kicking the dude.
What, you want some?
She also ends up in jail. So the Angels all end up meeting in this holding cell where they all went for their different brutal man-beating crimes.
You do like to party, don't you?
They all instantly become friends, bonding over their hatred of hookers.
Why don't you leave her alone?
Yeah, nasty.
Who asked you to for your opinion anyway?
Nobody had to ask us for our opinion.
So shut up and leave her alone, nasty.
Then enter Nitro, a famous rapper played by Juvenile. He pulls up to his old friend Larry's very legitimate looking law office.
What's up, Larry?
And pretty cryptically asks him if anything should happen to him, watch after his sister Cinnamon for him.
I need you to make sure that my sister Cinnamon is taken care of if anything happened to me, dog.
Also in this conversation, they mention that they haven't spoken in 3 years, so it's kind of a big ask for your friend you haven't talked to in 3 years. Just like, hey, if I die tomorrow, make sure my sister's alright. They also talk about how Nitro financially helped Larry out with opening his little law firm there.
Yeah, that was just a little tax deduction.
And how Nitro is a platinum-selling recording artist.
You just gone platinum for the first time. Man, we were all proud of you that day.
And then instead of calling her millionaire platinum recording artist brother, she calls Larry for some reason.
Larry's me, Cinnamon. I've been arrested.
What?
To get her and the 2 other women she just met out of jail.
Where are you?
I'm in the county.
County?
And of course he does.
I'm low on funds, but I'll work something out.
Like a fucking simp.
What?
A mysterious sunglass-wearing Dave Chappelle-looking character hires 2 gunmen to kill Nitro and leave a J-pin next to his body.
Alright.
He's dead.
Alright.
The thugs accept the challenge, and of course, they go and shoot Nitro.
Sorry, dog. This is where I get out.
Well, then get out then, nigga, because I never trusted your anyway.
He's dead.
Every straight-to-DVD movie that has a semi-famous person on the cover of the case, the famous person will be in it for maybe about 3 minutes altogether, and then they're not in for the rest of it because they couldn't afford them for the rest of the movie, obviously. We've been had again. It's the same scenario. Juvenile is dead. They hint that Nitro's record company, Murder Boy Records, were the people that hired his hit. We find out Jay is the name of the person who owns Murder Boy Records. We get introduced to this pervert Kiefer, whose job at Murder Boy isn't really clear at this point.
Sometimes good things can come out of death. I mean, Nitro's album just went from number 20 to number 3.
All we know is he doesn't seem to care much that Nitro's dead. A cop comes in and says he won't question Murder Boy's involvement. They give him 20 grand, so they give him 20 grand.
20 grand, a one-time payment.
Larry gets all the girls out of jail and they come up with a plan to find the people who had Nitro killed, while also having to fight their pending legal cases.
Felicia's a model, Larry.
So what?
All the angels lost their jobs because they spent half a day in jail, I assume, so Larry suggests they all get jobs at Murder Boy Records.
I can't imagine that the co-owner, well, I guess that's the owner now, of Murder Boy Records would turn down Nitro's sister and her friends. He can give you all jobs.
Yeah, I guess. And also tells them to try to figure out some evidence of Nitro's murder while they're working there. So, of course, they all get hired on the spot, and Jay makes Smart Angel an accountant, Model Angel an assistant for a rapper, Baby Boy.
Damn.
I didn't know rappers worked at desks, just at their record studio, hanging out in an office. And Cinnamon works in the mailroom with a gay dude.
Baby girl, you got the mailroom with LeJean.
You know, you remind me of Foxy Brown.
And you remind me of Urkel.
During this scene, we meet this mean bag of shit, Shayla,
Ew, little feisty ass woman, ain't you?
who I thought initially was Jay's assistant, but later on I found out she's a rapper on the label.
Whatever.
What you need to do
Who's just an absolute bitch to Cinnamon for no apparent reason at all.
Ew.
They do a really bad job at character introduction in this. I don't know who half the people in this movie are. Nerd Angel overhears Jay and the pervert talking in the bathroom about it being suspicious that Jay hired all these girls after Nitro was murdered, thinking they might catch on and realize the record label had something to do with it. For being a movie mainly about a record label, this movie never has a scene where they're in a recording studio, creating music. Brainy Bitch does some snooping around her own desk, it seems. I don't know, this whole building looks the same. Oh, never mind, that's the boss's office. And finds a top secret, discreetly labeled disc inside a Nitro album titled Accounting Figures. The pervert catches her snooping and projects heavy rape energy.
Snooping around?
You know, you caught me. I was,
They look through the disc back at Thought HQ. Cinnamon doesn't understand the concept of profit and loss.
Actually, it's a profit and loss report.
What's profit and loss?
It's a set of quarterly reports.
They find out that the record label's laundering money and that Nitro found out, so they had him killed, I guess. So the third day at work, these bitches are all wearing black, so you know something's about to go down. Pervert shows Jay that the accounting disc is gone. Jay starts freaking the fuck out.
That's it, man, it's over.
It's also at this point you find out the pervert is kind of running the money laundering aspect of things.
No. You see, when you came to me and Chris with this money laundering scheme, we didn't agree that it would go on. Shut up, all right?
Jay asks the perv if he killed Nitro, and he basically says yes.
Did you kill Chris?
Did I kill Chris? Let me see. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. I ain't never doing that.
Baby boy tries to get his hump on.
What you just trying to get your hump on today, huh?
Huh? How long you put you? We gotta put you in the mail room.
No humping today.
Sunglasses suit walks in the room.
I can just barge in there, man.
And they start fighting. Glasses pulls out a gun and says the pervert wants to see them.
Mr. Kiefer wants to see you now. Let's go. Hold up, you ain't had to pull a pistol, whoa.
So the pervert and this mean bitch Shayla from the beginning have the angels in Jay's office at gunpoint while Jay's tied up somewhere.
Shayla, what do you think we should do first?
Say we kill these hoes. What's up?
That's funny.
And starts questioning them, thinking they work for the FBI or something.
I just need to know who you're working for, okay? Is it the FBI? The LAPD?
I swear we ain't working for nobody.
Baby boy Skip gets iced by the rude lady. Shayla's the new antagonist all of a sudden, I guess, and tells the whole plan on how she set everything up.
So you killed my brother.
No. We killed your brother. As a matter of fact, we actually hired a gang to do it. We figured that when the police investigated, they'd pin it on Jay, considering that he had the biggest motive and all. And in the following investigation, they found out about Kiefer here, and they'd be rid of them all. Then Jay goes to prison, and voila!
Then the best scene in the movie happens. And then, what? Is that Nitro?
Yeah, say we kill these bitches now. What you think? Yeah!
All right, fuck it. Nitro's back.
What's going on with
The bitch shoots the pervert on accident and dips.
All right.
Then the cop from the beginning sees Shayla and she blasts at him for God knows what reason. Seems like she could have just walked past him pretty easily. A chase ensues trying to catch this broad.
And what's going on? Shayla just shot at me.
Send my brother out. She's behind the whole thing. You have to stop. We gotta do something. Yeah.
Okay. Let's check this way.
Okay.
She fights the chicken head and gets found by the cop and the other angels about to kill her. And they both miss shots at each other from point blank range. and the chase continues. Jay gets untied somehow and ends up back in his office with Shayla and Nitro. I thought Shayla was trying to escape the building, but then it just cuts to her back in the office, so I'm not sure why she ever even left the room in the first place. And she tells Jay she wants the keys to his safe.
Where are the keys to the safe?
We want what is in the goddamn safe.
So then she gets the money from the safe and bolts. And then for some reason while Shayla's running away, she waits for them at a cafeteria to launch a sneak attack. Seems like she could have just spent that time getting out of the building once again. Cop gets shot. And then Cinnamon has the climactic fight with Shayla, where she just Spartan kicks her to death.
Shayla! Oh my God, Shayla.
Oh my fucking God, she fucking dead.
Then we head back to the fuck-around fortress where Nitro explains to them that him and Jay set up the idea to fake his death.
So that's when me and Jay came up with the idea to fake my death.
Why the hell you gonna scare me like that anyway?
What the fuck is happening? There was no one around when those two thug guys shot him. So he was faking his death, but the guy hired actual gangsters to kill him and actually shot him because blood flew out of his chest when he got shot. Unless that was fake blood, but why would they go to that length when there was no one around them when he got shot? They were just in an alley somewhere. Fuck it. Oh yeah, and then Larry tells the Angels that he resolved all their legal problems.
Thank you, Larry.
Forgot that was even a part of this movie.
Let's party and play out.
And then roll credits.
Thank you, Larry.
Post credits, it plays a commercial from the distribution company of other releases they have, which look equally as good as, what is it called? Hood Angels. So IMDb gave this movie 2.9 out of 10 stars, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it 43 audience score. There's no critic score. Huh. Weird. 43% audience score seems generous though. So that's Hood Angels. So I bought this movie at a Walmart in Pittsburgh about 10 years ago in one of those dollar bins. And I don't know why I held on to it for so long. I think it's just the fact that Juvenile's on the cover and it's silly to me. Also, just the cover of it is wild. I haven't even talked about that yet. So the two chicks on the bottom look fine. They don't look... The girl on the left, I don't know who that's supposed to be. That doesn't look like anyone in the movie. Other girl, fine. Girl on top, clearly just a terrible photoshopped her gigantic head onto another person's body with nunchucks. I basically just kept this for the case. And just hoping anyone that looks through my collection pulls it out and says Hood Angels and then looks at it and just goes, this looks sick. And now since I've watched it finally, I can tell them it's actually not bad. I honestly didn't mind this movie at all. The acting was bad and the storyline didn't make any sense. But what could you expect from a dollar bin movie from Walmart starring Juvenile? Like most B movies, it was funny when it wasn't supposed to be and had very terribly choreographed fight scenes. But I mean, it did keep me entertained the whole time. There was never too much shitty dialogue in between action sequences, so there was a solid balance of mediocrity that kept me entertained for the 90 minutes. So I mean, yeah, it was bad, but what do you expect? It's Hood Angels starring Juvenile. So I'm going to give Hood Angels 4 out of 10 gold teeth. If you have a friend that owns this movie for some reason, I don't know why anyone else on Earth would own this movie, give it a watch maybe for like a little bit just to make fun of it, but pretty much pick any other movie besides this to watch because it's pretty terrible. And for the love of God, do not buy this movie. For some reason on Amazon it costs $16. Unless you have a VHS player, then it's cheap. But thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it's taken so long to put out new content. If you guys enjoyed this, if you thought it was entertaining, leave some comments about what I should watch next. If you guys want me to review anything for y'all. Stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands, love each other, love yourselves. This is Big Murph from North Coast Review. We love you.